The stage is set.
Wipeout, you mine!
24 ordinary men and women are about to go head-to-head with the most extraordinary obstacle course ever assembled. Those brave enough must be prepared to endure breathtaking spills, spectacular tumbles, and catastrophic falls. Only the swiftest and fastest four will survive its wrath and earn a shot at $50,000. But to claim the prize and achieve ultimate glory, they'll have to overcome the biggest obstacle of their lives, the Wipeout Zone. The final step in the journey to $50,000. The epic competition begins now to see who will emerge victorious and who will wipe out. Hello, America, and welcome to Wipeout. I'm John Anderson, here with my partner, John Henson. And today, 24 men and women will compete on the largest, most ridiculous obstacle courses ever assembled. And one of them will be walking away with $50,000.
That's right, John. But before anyone can claim the prize, they'll have to compete in our first obstacle course, the Qualifier.
Now, the Qualifier is made up of 4 obstacles. This week, we have the Topple Towers, then there's the Sucker Punch, the Big Balls, and finally, the Cookie Cutter Swing.
Conquering this course requires a mix of speed, endurance, and mental stability.
Of our eager 24 contestants, only those with the top 12 times will make it past the qualifier and then move on to the next round.
And, just as importantly, they'll be one step closer to the final challenge, the Wipeout Zone, and our $50,000 grand prize.
The third member of our Wipeout team is Jill Wagner, and she is down on the course.
Okay, guys, we got our first contestant, Jen Sfada. Let's see how she does.
Woo! My name is Jen, and I'm gonna pretend this obstacle course is my ex-boyfriend and kick its
Wonder why they broke up.
Bit of trouble right away, but she's right back up on her way to that first obstacle, the Topple Towers. Now she'll have to travel across the row of stacked blocks and avoid falling into the mud. Like that.
Oh my God!
And that's a spill worthy of a replay.
This course is kind of like her ex, John. She fell head over heels and then got dumped.
Okay, though, halfway there, only 3 Topple Towers to go.
This mud didn't look this hard.
Well, maybe she'll have more fun on the Sucker Punch. Jen, moving quickly. Remember, only the top 12 times advance. All right, here we are, Sucker Punch. All Jen has to do is cross the platform to the other side without getting knocked into the mud.
You know, Jen told us she was on the market, and she's already getting hit on.
Next up are the Big Balls.
The what?
The Big Balls. Now, the object here, work your way across those bouncy balls to the platform on the other side. So she's on the rebound, and now she's ricocheting off the big balls. Now, that doesn't mean she's out, but she does have to swim to the next obstacle, and that will cost her valuable time.
Come on, Jen, you can do it!
Trying, girl.
All right, Jen, one more obstacle to go, the Cookie Cutter Swing. She's gonna have to swing on that rope, go across the water, crash into that little cutout man on the other side, try to stick that landing. Moving quickly. Remember, only the top 12 times advance. Oh, that hurts. And if you don't stick the landing, you at least have to let go of the rope.
She seems a little clingy, John.
That's right! I did it!
And did it in 3 minutes, 56 seconds. We'll see if that time holds up.
What do you have to say to the ex-boyfriend?
I hate you!
Remember, guys, she's available.
Our next contestant is Margie Stubbs.
Yeah!
Jill spoke to her earlier.
Margie, what are you here to do today?
I'm here to take it all, win it all. I need the money. I need the money. I need the money.
All right, money. Margie Stubbs, ready to tear this course up. $50,000 on the line. Oh, well, see, now that's not technically an obstacle there. She's back on her feet, on her way to the first real obstacle. Those are the Topple Towers. There goes Margie. Well, at least now she's wiping out on actual obstacles. Now she's got to get on that platform and try the other 3 towers.
Oh, that hurt!
John, I think her sense of balance is a little off.
Oh, that hurt! I need to start working out.
Stop it, Margie. We love you just the way you are.
Oh, she's back in the mud again. Now heading up to the big balls. What do you think's going through Margie's mind right now?
I need the defibrillator. I need the defibrillator. I need the defibrillator.
Here she goes. I think that's worth a second look just to laugh more.
Oh, God, that hurt.
You know, John, Margie said to win, she would stop at nothing.
And by nothing, she meant everything.
Margie has to get up and take a crack at that last obstacle, the cookie cutter. Let's see how she handles this one.
Looking a little tired, isn't she, John?
Margie clearly wanted no part of that cookie cutter. Probably not part of the workout plan. She finishes the course in 10 minutes, 48 seconds. Clearly, this course is not going to be a piece of cake.
Wipe out your mind!
Again, John, that's technically not an obstacle. The big balls, on the other hand, obstacle.
Damn those balls!
Curse you, Charles Goodyear, inventor of vulcanized rubber.
It looked so easy.
Here comes triathlete Kim Beetlestone. She said she wanted to do something she's never done before. Kim, living the dream. Let's break away to the sucker punch, where we find 56-year-old Pastor Jerry Hewson of Anaheim.
You're our oldest male competitor today.
AARP, baby, yeah.
Worst shout-out ever.
Oh, Pastor Jerry just got Bible belted. Now here's Amy Klein, a 23-year-old waitress.
Check, please.
You know, John, we have an extremely difficult course here.
And remember, John, this is only the qualifier.
Well, up next is Nick Leland, a 24-year-old police academy grad.
Clearly not from the Fashion Police Academy.
What's going on with your outfit?
I told my friends if I got on the show, they can dress me.
What's your favorite color?
Not yellow.
All right, it's time to go.
Actually, it's time to proceed with caution.
Look at him go. Wow, look at that. The first one today through the topple towers. That's good to hear. Nick with a flawless run as he comes up to the sucker punch. And let's look at that again.
That's Colonel Mustard with the sucker punch in the mud.
On to the big balls. And off the big balls. But he is still in great shape approaching the cookie cutter. And he's through. The first person to conquer the cookie cutter. Nick dominating this course. His time, 1 minute, 59 seconds. Let's go back to the start of the course with jolly old England's own Victoria Redstall.
I want to win. I really want to win. I'm accident prone. I've broken many bones when I was a kid, so I know I'm going to look daft.
What does daft mean?
I don't know. I failed British in high school.
Ooh, mind the gap.
Mommy.
If she's calling for mommy after the ramp, I can't wait to see who she's calling on the topple towers.
Mommy. Mommy. Oh! Mama. Mommy.
Oh, that is just plain weird.
Now, these topple towers have been a real pain in the neck. Maybe this young fellow can tame the towers. This is Andrew Ritter. He's a 19-year-old candy salesman.
A 19-year-old candy salesman. That's like being a kid in a candy store. Oh, sweet.
Well, perhaps this fellow will have better luck on the big balls. This is William Hill, a karate instructor. Jill caught up with him earlier.
Now, William, you're into martial arts, right?
Yes, I am. Karate. Like that.
Wow, you got your leg up pretty high there.
Yes, and that's without a warm-up, so.
I think he has a rainbow belt from the Bob Fosse dojo.
He's channeling Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee. Just gonna take a minute.
Guess those big balls aren't part of his karate training. Now at the top of the course, we have Isaac Alvarez. He's a 27-year-old from Glendale, California.
Now, you've seen the course. What do you think about it?
Woo!
That course looks pretty easy.
Okay, now they call you Mr. Excitement. Why is that?
Yeah, because I bring excitement, Mr. Excitement.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Mr. Excitement sounding a lot like Mrs. Excitement.
Isaac says he's a fantastic basketball player, even though he's only 5'7".
Guy's really got to know how to jump.
Wow, look at that. Mad hops, huh?
Oh, this is hard, huh? Oh! You guys weren't kidding about the mud.
Yeah, he's wearing the new ground Jordans, John, guaranteed to shave a foot off your vertical.
So that strategy didn't work so well. Maybe he's got something new for the final three.
Well, you know what they say, if at first you don't succeed, do the exact same thing again.
Hey, shoot! That's it. I'm gonna use the fence.
Mr. Excitement trying to get that 50 grand $1 at a time.
Oh, there's a lot of pretty sights.
Where if you want to win, you're going to have to play dirty.
We have been running our 24 contestants through the qualifier. We will cut the field in half, so only the top 12 times will be moving on to the next phase of our competition.
And those 12 will be one step closer to the grand prize of $50,000.
Now, let's get right back to those wipeouts. Next up is contestant Jessie Duran, the 20-year-old go-go dancer from New Haven, Connecticut.
I'm ready.
So all America is watching. What do you want to say to the men out there?
Call me. I'm available.
That's $3.99 for the first minute, 99 cents each additional minute.
Off she goes down the ramp. Bit of a stumble there, but she's okay. Off to our topple towers. That's that series of 6 stacked up blocks. And John, excellent footwork here.
Yeah, very light on her feet, John.
Oh, she almost made it. Coming up on the sucker punch now. She just has to cross that narrow beam and avoid getting sucker punched into the mud. That's a bruise. Now Jessie's on to the big balls.
Taking a moment to collect her thought.
And she's off to a good start here. Oh, big balls, John, are so tough.
Absolutely. They're a test of your balance, agility, and waterproof makeup.
Next up, final obstacle, the cookie cutter swing. Got to get a good grip on that rope and swing across the water and break through the cookie cutter, land on that platform.
Come on, represent for the women.
Oh my God!
Represent for the women.
You go, girl.
Go, Jessie. All right. Oh.
But no love from the cookie man. Still with a course time of 2 minutes and 26 seconds, Jessie and her 9 fingernails are going to be a force to be reckoned with.
She lost her nail. Can we find her nail?
Next up, North Carolina's own Travis Mitchell.
Okay, what skills are you going to bring here to the course to make it to the Wipeout Zone?
I'm very fast. I ran like a, don't tell nobody, I ran like a 4.3 in a 40-yard dash in high school, so, you know.
Well, you may need to be a very good swimmer because it's called Wipeout.
But I'm not getting in the water. I'm not gonna fall.
Okay, so you will tell me right now you're not getting in the water.
No.
Good luck on those big balls then, Travis. We haven't seen anyone make it across them yet.
And you're no exception.
That never gets old. It never gets old.
I think it got old for Travis real quick.
Up now on the cookie cutter swing.
I don't remember Indy wearing a life vest.
And he's through. Outstanding. 1 minute, 55 seconds. Travis Mitchell posting one of our best times of the day. The qualifier is proving not as easy for some of our other contestants. And our next contestant is
very, very tall.
This big boy is Kevin Osmus, an Oklahoma sheriff.
How tall are you, Kevin?
6'9".
6'9".
Yes, ma'am.
Here's Kevin approaching the topple towers.
Man, looks like Godzilla just destroyed Tokyo.
Just ahead on sucker punch, we have 56-year-old Nancy Novak. She's the oldest woman in our competition, John.
I'd like to take a moment to talk to you about osteoporosis.
Nancy once climbed Mount Whitney by herself, but she's just barely managing to climb the ramp to the big balls.
Go, Nancy! Oh.
Let's take one more look at this. Look at her plugging her nose, John. I don't even think she aimed for the ball.
No.
I think she just jumped right in the waters.
For the splash.
How you doing, Nancy?
I don't think she's gonna make it, Jill.
You're looking at a woman who tried to climb Mount Whitney and also rides a motorcycle, okay? She's a very strong woman.
All right, well, if she wins a 50 grand, she'll be able to spoil her grandkids. Unfortunately, it looks like Nancy is in danger of losing her world's greatest grandma status.
And with a time of 12 minutes and 33 seconds, it's safe to say Nancy probably will not be moving on.
But at least she'll be home for her favorite TV show, Wipeout, She Wrote.
Now for our final contestant, jazz dancer Arthur Sebchak.
Oh, I loved him in West Side Story.
Whoa! He is on the course and clearly jazzed about his participation on Wipeout. Arthur coming up to the topple towers. Steps to 50,000.
Or 2 steps to a broken tailbone.
Let's see how he does on sucker punch. 5, 6, 7, 8. And he's down for the count.
Nobody puts Arthur in the corner.
Okay, now it's time for the big balls. Ooh, you thought maybe his dance training would serve him better there.
Arthur Murray, where are you when we need you?
Arthur Sebchak, meet your new dance partner. Ooh,
He's a maniac.
that hurts. With a time of 2 minutes and 2 seconds, Arthur Sebchak easily headed into our next round. Here's a look at who's joining him. Go-go dancer Jessie Duran, North Carolina's Travis Mitchell, and our gigantic cop, Kevin Austin.
Our oldest and youngest competitors, Pastor Jerry Hewson and Andrew the Candyman Ritter, will be moving on as well. Those are the standings, but it's important to remember that we clear the scores at the end of each round, so the contestants will be starting each new event with a clean slate.
And hopefully clean clothes.
After the qualifying round, we've cut the field in half, and 12 contestants will be moving on.
Among them, we've got dancers, Arthur and Jessie, the Mouth of the South, Travis Mitchell, and our pair of cops, Kevin and Nick, plus Andrew the Candyman.
But you haven't seen anything yet. The wipeouts are about to get much, much worse.
And here's why. Our next challenge, the sweeper.
Contestants will stand on 10-foot-high poles and must avoid being knocked off by a rotating arm that changes in speed and height.
The first 6 people to wipe out are out of the game, lose their shot at the 50 grand.
The remaining 6 will be moving on, but that doesn't mean they won't be wiping out.
No, that's right, because the sweeper will continue until the last man standing takes home a $1,000 bonus.
Okay, the contestants are ready. Let's go down to the sweeper.
Are you nervous yet?
Oh my God.
It's hard enough just standing here.
That dude right there is just too big. You too big.
Is this what you call game time?
Oh, it's game time. Now let's see how Jessie Duran handles the first pole position as the sweeper gets underway.
There we go!
She does fine there and starts the sweeper off strong.
Look at that baby go. Look at that baby go.
Oh God! Whoa!
38-year-old triathlete Kim seems a little intimidated.
Come on, I can do it. I can do it.
Here we go. Be the ball. Be the ball.
Ruben Sears almost goes down. Maybe being the ball with a giant stick swinging around isn't the best strategy.
Perhaps not. Oh, and the sweeper has taken its first victim. Kim is down.
Unfortunately, this triathlete's 3 sports are low jumping, podium face planting, and succumbing to gravity.
And with 1 contestant done away with, we need 5 more to wipe out before we move on to our bonus round.
Hey, I thought white men can't jump. Y'all look like y'all jumping to me. Woo. Right now, I wish I could jump like LeBron.
Oh, it's higher!
Earmuffs, kids. The sweeper begins to raise now, and this might be a problem for Amy, who's just 5'2".
Good, good! He's on serious right now.
Oh, that's our Amy, John. She's got the body of a garden gnome and the mouth of a truck driver.
Come on!
Amy goes down. Glenn Marie follows her, and there goes Ruben. Just like that, 3 more are out of the competition.
Take another look at this, John. The sweeper decides Amy is too short for the ride and sends her into the water to wash her mouth out with soap. Glenn Marie wins the low jump and earns a pole to the stomach. Ruben was the ball, and the sweeper took him deep.
Two of you suckers better fall, man.
Jesse's trash talk and math are correct, surprisingly.
We only need 2 more people to wipe out before 6 contestants can move on and battle it out for that $1,000 bonus.
Why don't you fall?
And Jesse almost goes down. And there goes David Anderson. Look at this. David literally kissing the 50 grand goodbye. Which means only one more person needs to wipe out before we have our 6th that advance to the bonus round.
I don't know, like girl left.
Girl's unbelievable.
Not that unbelievable, really. Jessie clears the pole like it's her job.
And it is, John. Look at that girl's go-go.
Somebody's got to be getting tired. You know I'm getting 270 up every time.
Seems like Kevin's size, though, is starting to work against him here.
One more. That's all.
And Pastor Jerry seems to be one step closer to the Lord as we start to see the toll the sweeper is taking on our contestants, John.
Now, this is the time when it comes down to determination and concentration. Pastor Jerry, there he goes down. Arthur Jazz Hands is right behind him. Andrew's able to pull himself up. That is amazing. Let's take another look at that, John.
Apparently, Jerry's so tired he decides to take a nap. Arthur then thinks he can stop the sweeper with his jazz hands, which just allows him to tell Andrew that that's a bad idea. Andrew agrees and pulls himself up.
We only needed one contestant to wipe out here. And since Jerry hits the water first, Arthur dances his way into the next round, along with the 5 other contestants who will now battle it out for the $1,000 bonus.
Let's get it on! I want the grand. Who's going to take the grand? On my name. Oh, that's it.
The Jolly Green Giant is down. And with Kevin out, we only need 3 more wipeouts for the big payout. Travis goes. No, he doesn't.
Oh, that's how we do.
Oh my God, ball!
Oh, Travis hanging on seems to have irritated Jesse.
And again, Travis hangs on.
Okay, for real. Ball!
Why don't you fall?
Finally, Travis goes down. Jesse's trash talking has done its job. Jesse's not paying attention, however, and takes one in the stomach, leaving us with only one more person to wipe out.
What's up now?
Who's going to hold out for $1,000? Will it be Police Academy grad Nick, who did great in the qualifier, or Andrew, who works in a candy store?
Homie, watch out! Oh my God! Oh! That ain't right.
Exhaustion seems to be getting to Andrew, and he's not liking the way Nick's talking to him. But it's Nick who goes down. So much for the talk. Candyman wins the money.
Yeah!
So the Candyman moves on along with Nick, Travis, Kevin, Jesse, and Arthur. And of those 6, just 4 will move on to the Wipeout Zone and get a shot at the $50,000 prize. There's just one thing, however, standing in their way, and it's called the Dizzy Dummy.
I get the feeling they're not going to like this one.
Here's how it works. There are 4 heats to this challenge. Contestants are strapped to the Dizzy Dummy until they're, good and dizzy. Then they'll go down the tippy table course, and one person will win and move on. The other 5 losers will get back on the Dizzy Dummy and do the hopping blocks course. When that's done, oh no, spin again.
Good times for us, bad times for them.
All right, the contestants are strapped in.
Let's go to the dummies. Dummy. The thing that spins around.
Crank it up. Let's get started. First across in each round moves on. $50,000 on the line, Johnny. The tippy tables, they're up and ready to go. First person to the other side, moving on to the Wipeout Zone. So round and round and round she goes, and let's just keep our fingers crossed no one blows.
Go-go dancer Jessie Duran reconsidering her lunch. Sheriff Kevin keeping his eyes on a faraway donut shop.
Arthur, first out of the gate, but pauses to do a tombe pas de bourrée on his way to the tippy tables. Candyman hot on his heels. The sheriff goes down. Jazz Hands is at the ramp. Andrew right behind him. The sheriff's world still spinning. Andrew goes down. Arthur, he might have it. No. You can see here, things are going well, but then right there, well, you can see him think, I could go here, but you know what? I'm going over there.
Now he's got to go back and start it all over again.
Yeah, we are back at the pileup. Travis making his move, and he could be crawling closer to $50,000.
Could someone tell Colonel Mustard to get a clue and start running?
Sheriff's going for it, but he's going to be too late. Travis is going to be the first to advance to the Wipeout Zone.
Do they realize they just lost? I think they're still dizzy.
Travis, come right here. What do you have to say to these guys?
Good luck, because I'm glad I ain't got to do it again.
But these folks do. Round 2 is up. 3 spots remain, and this time, it's the hopping blocks course. Candyman, he's just not looking like the same Jolly Rancher we saw in the sweeper.
Arthur auditioning for a chorus line. Jesse never missing an opportunity to tan.
5, 6, 7, 8. It's Jazz Hands skipping out to the lead. And here come the rest. Just a jailbreak of the uncoordinated.
But the Candyman can't.
And now he has to swim all the way back to the start.
Jessie making her move. That's a go-go no-no.
Arthur's back up, however, and he's dancing through this course one block at a time.
But here comes Kevin, all 11'3" of him.
Arthur hanging onto that hopping block for dear life.
Go for it.
Kevin goes for it, almost there.
I'm glad I ain't got to go through this.
Arthur and Kevin dueling it out. Kevin's got a foot out, but Arthur trying to catch up. Kevin now up, and he's on the wrong platform. And now he's down, so's the mouth.
Now he's gonna have to go back and start all over.
Back to the start. Nick's going for it. He's down. Jesse's right behind him. Also down. And here comes Andrew. Down 2.
Okay, guys.
We've got the Police Academy grad on top of the go-go dancer on top of the Candyman. Or, as it's commonly known, Tuesday night in Jersey.
Arthur making his move, using those jazz dancing skills, lunging forward, pulling himself up, and into the second spot in the Wipeout Zone. Candyman, Sheriff, they'll spin again.
Okay, so how was that? You got to tell me.
You know what? It was awesome.
And we boldly move forward. Round 3, and we are back at the tippy tables. Now we have our 4 contestants left, 2 spots, though, remaining in the Wipeout Zone. And let's not underestimate the toll that the Dizzy Dummy can take on these contestants. I mean, every time they have to spin again, they get dizzier and they get dumber.
You don't look so sweet, Candyman.
John Candyman looks like he's working up a new flavor.
On your game, guys. Let's
Candyman going right for those tippy tables. Trying to figure out which way is up first, obviously, but there he goes. He's over 1, he's over 2. Candyman, thank you very much, he's wet. Rest of the group looking a bit stunned. But wait, Nick's going for it. Flying like a bullet. Shoots like a cop, runs like a girl. Got it. That makes Nick the 3rd person to move on to the Wipeout Zone. John, that seemed way too easy to me.
It did. Jesse and the sheriff don't seem to understand the way the tippy table works. If your opponent is on the tippy table and you step on the tippy table tips. If you stand there like a fire hydrant while your opponent runs across, well, that's called handing somebody $50,000.
Let's look at the leaderboard. We've got Arthur, Travis, and Nick moving on, while the Go-Go Dancer, Sheriff, and Candyman will compete for that final spot. Actually, they will not. Candyman says no moss. He has quit. Here he is with Jill.
Okay, Candyman, come on. You're not giving up.
Yeah, I have to.
It was a lot harder than you thought it was going to be.
I was just thinking about my equilibrium, but it didn't work. I couldn't even jump right. Each time we spin, it hurts more. I had to give in. I couldn't take it another round.
Oh, well, we'll miss you, and you did good.
Good luck to everybody else.
Sweet guy. Okay, back to you guys in the booth.
Okay, that leaves one final round, John. Jesse versus Goliath in a battle royale through the hopping blocks for the final ticket to the Wipeout Zone.
Jesse, tell me what's going through your head. Kevin, you've got your same strategy.
2 dozen glazed.
That $50,000 prize still out there.
We're off.
Those dummies look pretty dizzy to me.
I wish I was good at your freaking shot, man.
We have no idea what that means.
Jesse pulling ahead. Maybe she's not a dizzy blonde after all, John.
Wait a second, is she waiting for him? She understands only one of them can win, right?
Oh, neck and neck.
Jesse taking another dip, and that leaves the course wide open for the sheriff, but to be honest, he looks a little unsteady.
Well, it's not easy when you're 18 feet, 13 inches.
It's true, the air much thinner up where he is. He's making a break for it.
What you gonna take a
Now the heat is on. That's one way to land. Makes it to the first platform.
But here comes Sasquatch.
Here he comes.
Dr. Heimlich to reception, please.
It's a race to the finish. Or to the end of the show at the rate they're moving.
It's neck and neck.
Actually, Nick, neck and neck is not the position we're looking at. Wait a second, she's saying something, John. Oh, that's good. She wants to hang out. Guys, in a couple of months, the water freezes over.
But Jess is up.
Come on, guys.
And she's on the final block. Sheriff struggling still to keep that footing. Jesse jumps.
Oh, and we have a girl.
So Jessie Duran is headed to the Wipeout Zone, along with Mouth of the South, Travis Mitchell, Nick the Rookie Cop, and Jazz Hand Sebchik.
Night has fallen and the time has come. It's been 3 rounds of some big wipeouts, but before one lucky contestant can leave here with $50,000, they will have to face the Wipeout Zone.
The Wipeout Zone made up of 4 stages, and it starts way up there at Killer Surf, where contestants slide down the steep ramp and into the drink below.
From there, they're off to the barrel run, where they'll have to run up a ramp and jump over oncoming barrels, making their way onto
the spinner, where they have to get on a disc revolving at dizzying speeds.
That contraption will take them to the other side of the course.
And onto our final obstacle, the launch pads,
which are a series of trampolines set at different heights and distances.
4 contestants remain, and the one with the best time goes home $50,000 richer. It's that simple.
Up first is our rookie cop, Nick Leland.
Jill standing by with him now.
How excited are you?
I'm stoked. Got like a nervous excitement going on, so we'll see what happens.
Now, you see what's going on. Do you have a strategy?
I'll figure it out once I get out there.
Well, that's a good plan. All right, we'll go get him.
Nick in his yellow outfit began the day in a colorful fashion, acing the Wipeout qualifier.
He was nearly the last man standing on the sweeper, and he left his competition dumbfounded on the Dizzy Dump.
So Nick Leland taking his place at the top of the course. We'll see if he has what it takes to win the $50,000. Nick's away. Quickly onto the barrel run. He has to jump over those barrels and make it to the top of the ramp. Not terribly efficient so far.
Oh, that is gonna hurt tomorrow.
And before he makes it to the spinner, he has to skirt his way around this climbing wall. 10 feet above the water, fall here would cost him critical time. But he is through and ready for the spinner.
The key here is knowing how to time your jumps so that you don't get impaled.
He's onto that spinner, and it looks like he might just try and go for it immediately. Misses the platform and into the water. Nick will now have to swim all the way back to the beginning of the spinner, and that's going to cost him. He approaches the spinner now for a second time, clearly fatigued. He's onto the spinner once again, taking his time this time around, being a little more thoughtful, a little more cautious. Doesn't want to blow it again. He can't get that time back. And he makes it over to the launch pads, where contestants now must bounce from trampoline to the finish. And after taking those 2 trips on the spinner, he really cannot afford another wipeout. In danger here, and he can't hold on. He is in the water, and perhaps his hopes of winning are down there with him.
You know, I gotta tell you, Nick has been such a force to be reckoned with all day. It gives you an idea of how tough this course really is. The moment of truth for Nick Leland. Can he make it? And he does, edging closer to the $50,000. 2 trampolines in one move. Nick Leland leaving it all on the course. And finally finishes.
But not looking pleased. His time, 5 minutes and 43 seconds right there. Will it hold up? Time and the other 3 contestants will tell. Jill is down there with our next competitor, Jessie Duran.
You have surprised us every step of the way.
I know, I kind of surprised myself. I thought I was going home after the first round, so it's good to be here.
Jessie's been having a great time all day, and she finished with the best qualifier among the women.
The sweeper took Jessie on a ride, but she held on to make it to the Dizzy Dummy, where she crawled into the final 4 against tall odds.
Jessie Duran, the competition's only remaining female competitor, set to go.
Let's take one more look at that.
Looking good so far on the barrel run. A little bobbled there, but better so far on the barrels than Nick, who came before her. Jessie Duran making good time and directly onto that climbing wall.
She's starting to look a little tentative. You have to wonder if losing a nail is going to hurt her here. And there's your answer.
Now it's important for Jessie to get onto that spinner as fast as possible. She has little time to spare. She was at 1 minute when she fell off the wall, and now as she stares down that spinner, it's more than 4 minutes on the clock.
Yet she takes the time to check her hair.
Jessie back on the court. time on the spinner, and with only a minute left, she can't afford another wipeout. Better to take that extra rotation, make a mistake, and fall off. And she makes it.
Amazing. Now, the only thing between her nails and a shot at $50,000 are the launch pads. Less than a minute to go now.
Jessie Durand clawing her way up onto that second trampoline. She's made it there, and she might just pull this off.
Only one trampoline to go. Can she make it?
Jessie in trouble on that last pad. We've made sport of her in the nails, but look at her here clinging, and that takes a great deal of strength as she's pulling herself up.
Less than 15 seconds to go. Can she do it? And she makes it.
With a time of 5 minutes, 36 seconds, go-go dancer Jessie Durand beats Nick, our rookie cop, to take first place. Our only female finalist sitting pretty with that 50 grand well within her reach. But looking to take the 50 grand away from her, Arthur Sevcek, the jazz dancer.
Arthur has been the picture of confidence all day long, sashaying his way through the qualifier.
He relied on a little bit of luck on the sweeper, remaining in the competition by about 1.5 feet.
But he regained his mojo on the dizzy dummy, becoming the second person to make it to the Wipeout Zone.
So here we are, Arthur Sevcek trying to beat the time of 5 minutes, 36 seconds that was put down by Jessie Durand. And here we go.
Hey, let's take another look at that entry.
Getting in's not the hard part, it's moving on as quick as possible. Arthur very fast up the barrel run, no hesitation, and he is onto the wall. Whoop. Really a flawless run so far, but that can change in an instant on the spinner. We make jokes about Arthur's jazz dancing, but really, the steps he makes here could net him $50,000. Yikes. Now he misses his first opportunity to jump off the spinner. That may not be a bad play. You spend a few extra seconds, and Arthur makes it. Only one obstacle remains, and he is well ahead of the pace set by Nick and Jessie. $50,000 right there for Arthur Sevcek, who is on track for a perfect run.
Oh no, and he wipes out. Arthur Sevcek showing us he is indeed human.
Arthur is going to drop time. That's not as costly falling off the launch pad as it is if he was on the spinner. He's still got that 50 grand right there. He has one trampoline remaining, and really it's a matter of setting the time now for Travis Mitchell to beat.
Arthur Sevcek crushes this course with a time of 2 minutes, 40 seconds.
So it all comes down to this. Travis in the Wipeout Zone.
Travis, $50,000.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna take it home.
Travis was a standout in our qualifier. Barely hung on, though, to make it through the sweeper.
Hey, I thought white men can't jump.
He then left the competition dazed and confused in the dizzy dummy.
And here we are down to the last contestant.
$50,000, Arthur.
Arthur Sevcek or Travis Mitchell, one of them, 2 minutes and 40 seconds away from $50,000.
Let's take one more look at that. Excellent angle, nice trajectory. I think he needs to work on the distance.
Needs to work on the barrel run, not hesitating at the slightest to get over there and tackle those barrels coming down the ramp.
Oh, a near miss for Travis. With 50 grand on the line, he is going through this course a little recklessly.
But still making good time. On now to the spinner. Travis making his leap. Remember, Arthur took 2 turns around. If Travis could take one, he doesn't. And he sets himself up with more than a minute to go through the launch pads, our final obstacle in the Wipeout Zone.
John, if he can only keep it clean through the rest of this obstacle, he has the 5th. Oh, no! Tragedy strike.
Travis Mitchell, who vowed not to get wet at the start of this competition, now swimming for his $50,000 and Wipeout life.
the launch pad's proving to be the great equalizer today.
He is down to his final 10 seconds. 2 more trampolines. Can he do it? Will he best the time of Arthur Sevchek? And he will not. Arthur Jazz Hand Sevchek is our Wipeout champion.
Wipeout!
This is so good!
Congratulations to him. Well, that's it for this week. Stay tuned for a sneak peek, though, of what's coming up this season on Wipeout. Until next week, America, I'm John Anderson.
And I'm John Henson. For Jill Wagner, good night and big balls.
This season on Wipeout, we'll bring you new contestants, of course, new obstacles, and obviously more big balls.
This is not cool.
Tune in to see America's best and America's brightest.
Take care of business.
Wipeout. The stage is set. 24 ordinary men and women are about to go head-to-head with the most extraordinary obstacle course ever assembled. Those brave enough must be prepared to endure breathtaking spills, spectacular tumbles, and catastrophic falls. Only the swiftest and fastest 4 will move on and compete in our final obstacle course, the biggest of them all, the Wipeout Zone, the final step in the journey to $50,000. The epic competition begins now to see who will emerge victorious and who will wipe out.
That did not feel good.
Hello, America, and welcome to Wipeout. I'm John Anderson, and with me, the ever-present John Henson.
And frankly, it's exhausting. I could use a little time off.
Sorry, John, mud waits for no man. And today, 24 ordinary people will face plenty of it when they take on the weirdest, wackiest obstacle course ever created.
That's right, but only the last one standing will walk away with $50,000.
Ching, ching. But first, they have to conquer our Wipeout qualifier. Backed by popular demand, it's the Topple Towers. And something new, we'll call this the butt kicker. The famous big balls.
Yeah.
Finally, there's the donut swing. Only the top 12 times will advance out of this round on their quest to reach the Wipeout Zone and fight for that 50 grand.
All right, let's go down to Jill Wagner, the 3rd member of our Wipeout crew, who's being attacked by a giant bear. Oh my God, somebody help her! I told the crew 1,000,000 times, you gotta bury your garbage.
Colleen, are you excited to be here?
I'm absolutely excited to be here. I'm gonna rock this course.
I have to ask, how long are your legs?
I have 80 inches of legs.
80 inches of leg, John. It's gotta be a decided advantage. With her length of stride, oh, no. Well, that could happen to anybody.
That is just amazing. I'm sorry, her legs are so long.
I'm with you, Jill. She's just made for the Topple Tower. She might even do it in one step. Oh, wow. Well, nature of the game, John.
Well, at least she demonstrated how our Topple Towers work.
Oh, boy.
And now it's on to the butt kicker.
We've replaced the sucker punch gloves with boots and shoes, John. Contestants have to put their butts to the wall. Wow. I feel like I'm watching nature footage from the Serengeti. It's like watching a baby giraffe learn how to walk.
She better hurry up or she's gonna get pulled down by a croc.
Look at those legs, John. They're folded up underneath her like a lawn chair. Well, if those getaway sticks are gonna help her anywhere, it's gonna be on the big ball.
Ow!
No!
All right, hurt a little bit.
She's got legs, but she doesn't know how to use them. It's like Attack of the 50-foot contestant.
Now she has to climb that ladder, grab that rope, and come face to face with the donut swing. Contestants will attempt to fly over those stacks of donuts, then swim to our finish platform where the clock will stop when their feet are firmly planted. So the strategy, clear the donut stack without knocking any over for the quickest finish. Yeah, basically the opposite of that.
Her swing, no doubt slowed by her feet dragging on the bottom of the lagoon, John.
Now Colleen just has to get those tree trunks planted firmly on the finish platform, and she does. And we'll see if that time, 3:25, gets her into the top 12.
Up next, karaoke enthusiast Michelle Tuthill. Jill spoke with her earlier.
Okay, thanks, guys. I'm down here with Michelle. Now, Michelle, I understand you're a bit of a singer, right?
Yes, I am. So I was looking at the course over there, and I said, oh no! Yeah, yeah, yeah!
And Michelle is following the bouncing karaoke ball right towards our topple towers. Karaoke, of course, the Japanese word for loud.
I can do that.
Oh, well, that rang her bell then.
Michelle performing her version of Tom Petty's Free Fallin' there.
Now Michelle's going to sing a little duet with the butt kicker.
Careful, Michelle. Those boots were made for kicking.
That one was actually better than that.
Well, Michelle, you are really going to love our Fab Four, the big balls.
All right, balls.
Oh, no!
Yoko, oh no! I think the band might have broken up right there.
It's harder than I thought.
Oh, I think I hear the starting horn. Let's go back to the top of the course.
Actually, that siren of a gal is 20-year-old receptionist Shane Johnson.
Are you sure there isn't some sort of police activity in the area, John?
Seriously, is that Shane or is there a tornado approaching? Shane up for a second go at our topple towers.
Do we have to get into a shelter or something?
I am stocked up on cling peaches. Now over at the butt kicker is Regina Leonard, and she is deep in the mud.
Looks like the biggest obstacle on the course today for Regina is keeping her pants up.
There's been 3 so far. There's number 4. Now she's headed up the ramp towards the big balls. That's a 5th. Up to half a dozen now. And now she's going to the individual legs of the pants. 7, 8, 9.
Double digits. This is fun. What's the over-under?
Hope you're enjoying this.
The question is all this adjusting going to help her? It did not. She didn't even get 1 ball.
Well, she got negative balls if you're scoring at home.
Also experiencing a slight wardrobe malfunction on the course is Gregory Barnes. Let's see how many adjustments he'll make.
Whoa, that was not the adjustment I was hoping for.
Greg just pulled his pants off on national TV.
Let's hope that's the last adjustment Gregory has to make.
Yeah, or he's leaving in handcuffs.
Well, approaching the butt kicker now is pro surfer Jenny Quam. She's going to try to not take one in her bonsai pipeline.
Ooh, that's gonna be a different swell than she's used to.
Let's take a closer look at our Lord of the Butt Kick.
Ooh, she just got Michael flattened.
Now an approach to the topple towers is Larry Haynes, a retired airline pilot. Looks like he forgot to properly deploy the landing gear.
Our flight plan today has us cruising over the mud at an altitude of 10 feet. On the left side, mountains. On the right side, I've lost all feeling. Thank you for flying Jet Brown.
Let's go to Jill and meet our next contestant.
You're a Marine, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You gonna bring those Marine skills to the course here?
I hope so, but if I don't do well, I'm in the Army. Look at me. I'm a drill instructor. Look at me.
Okay, apparently Army drill instructors known for their jazz hands.
But he's a Marine, John.
That's right, the few, the proud, the soaking wet. Always the faithful Marine, Carlos assaults our red menace first by land, then by air, and finally by sea.
Well, now here's his assault on the donut swing.
Oh, he's able to take one down, and a second donut surrenders.
Big balls showing no sign of surrender today.
Ooh, direct hit.
Ow! That's the big boss.
No!
Goodness!
That's a Jacob man.
What's a Jacob man?
That's a Jacob man. Well, let's see if physics professor Calvin Bonds finds it any easier. No!
Where is it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's not a professor of geography because Kelvin appears to be lost. Where is it? Back at the finish platform now, mother of 4, Carrie Wines, seems completely spent.
How did she get so exhausted?
The tape will tell.
$50,000, here I come!
Well, she didn't appear to lack for confidence at the start.
That'll take the wind out of you.
Okay, this is starting to make more and more sense.
Carrie, thoroughly drained here, taking a little nap while she's still in the water. Well, after that, I would be exhausted too. But don't you worry, Carrie. You take your own time and finish. Work at your pace.
The qualifier has been busy today, bringing 24 contestants down to 12.
All right, let's get back out to the course and down to the action.
Like a fiery phoenix rising from the ashes, I have come to destroy Wipeout! Yes!
Well, that energetic young fellow is Dreadmill, and Jill caught up with him earlier.
I understand you're a fan of obstacle courses now.
I love obstacle courses. Who doesn't love obstacle courses? Ever since I was a little kid, I'm like, I'm the obstacle course king. I'm an excellent dancer. I'm a ninja. I'm a super ninja. I'm a unicorn ninja. I know. It's weird. The Green Lantern is the obvious answer, but the Flash is fast, and Aquaman can breathe underwater, and like Richard Pryor in Superman 3, and I could breakdance.
Staggering. After all that talk, I'm speechless. See if Tori's feet can keep up with his mouth.
Like lightning! Oh, look out, scary blocks! Daddy's coming for you. 1, 2, 3, or 4. And I'm in.
Looks like Tori is providing his own play-by-play. Guess you can take a break, Anderson.
Oh, keeping the dream alive. Oh, it's like swimming in love. Brown love.
Yeah, get out your crossword, Henson. Appears he's doing his own color commentary, too.
Hey, John, what's a 7-letter word for butt kick?
This guy is just not going to shut his trap.
Sweet red balls. How I love
Tori
you.
yapping away at the big balls now. What are you doing for dinner tonight?
I was thinking Chinese. You want to come?
No, no, no.
I mean, you're welcome to.
So refreshing.
Anyway, oh, by the way, Tori at the donut swing, he's got to grab the thing. Well, he'll tell you.
This is the stuff of dreams.
I think the donut swing finally muzzled him.
That felt awesome.
False alarm. My bad.
And there's Motormouth Dreadmill on the finish platform.
I'm the champion of the world.
If you say so, Tori.
Is there anything he doesn't say, John?
Back over to the butt kicker now. And with a textbook rump roasting is firefighter Michael Bertrand. Jill spoke with him before his run.
Okay, now I have to ask you about your mustache.
Well, you know, because I'm a firefighter, we all have mustaches, and every time somebody tells me that I can't grow it or it's getting too long, I grow it a little longer just because I'm a rebel without a cause.
Sweet-looking stash, John. You think I could get away with a look like that?
Well, we can find out.
Smooth. Right there looks more like a mud stash.
Oh, and there the fireman, not even close.
That was a 5-alarm wipeout, John. I think he's hiding 101 Dalmatians in his mustache.
Our fireman now having to carry himself up the ladder.
I don't know, I think he might experience some wind drag from that stash.
Hey, Michael nearly clears that donut stack.
Very close. Only one donut.
Check your math there, Jill.
Only 2 donuts.
Well, Michael almost made it. And that's about as close as anyone has actually come today on that obstacle.
That's right, John. The donut stack leaving our contestants glazed and confused. Oh, they're so adorable when they've been knocked unconscious.
Back up to the top of the course now, and this is April Robles, showing sprinter speed heading to our topple towers.
Wow, look at her go, John. That's amazing.
Remarkable footwork.
Oh, don't say that, John. It says here that April has a weird phobia about feet.
That's unfortunate.
Wow, she really does hate feet.
She is moving through that mud, however. What an amazing feat of athleticism, John.
Seriously, be careful what you say, John. This girl hates feet so much she switched to the metric system. Look at that. She hates feet so much she chose to land on her face instead.
April crashing right through the stack of donuts.
Yeah, missed by a foot or 2.
Foot-phobic April Robles really brings her A-game. We've never had a woman win the qualifier before, John, but April's time, 1 minute 48 seconds, the best on the qualifier so far.
What about the butt-kicking wall? Now, I know you don't like feet.
I hate feet. I just don't go around feet. I don't sleep next to people's feet. I don't touch feet. You ain't getting a foot massage from me, that's for sure.
What about a pedicure?
Well, the last 2 feet on our qualifier attached to the legs of that man, Richard Mendoza.
Now, Richard, I hear you have a very interesting career. Do you want to tell me about it?
During the daytime, I'm a banker. At nighttime, I fire dance.
You know, I've never seen a fire dance before, John, and so I'm not one to criticize, but isn't there supposed to be fire?
Keen observation, John. Unfortunately for Richard, firefighter Michael Bertrand put the kibosh on that. He's been keeping a close eye on that fire dancer all day.
All right, safety first. Let's see if he can bring the heat and land in our top 12.
goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
A little fall off the big balls won't do wonders for his time, but it doesn't extinguish his chances of making our top 12. And fire dancer Richard Mendoza burns up our course with a time of 1 minute 53 seconds.
Yeah, let's do it again.
Easy, big fella. There's lots more to come.
12 contestants survived our qualifier and are still in the running for the money. Among them, foot phobic April Robles, the Marine Carlos Moreno, human siren Shane Johnson, and fire dancer Richard Mendoza.
Along with pro surfer Jenny Kwam and motor mouth Tori Mel.
And it's now time to trim those 12 contestants down to 6 with the sweeper.
Now, last week's sweeper was one of the best sweepers ever. The crowbar.
Well, John, if you love that, wait till you see what we have this time. It's the Crusher.
Whoa!
Nothing but the best for you, my friend. Nothing.
Do you have any idea how many crows I could fit on that thing?
Contestants will be on a 10-foot-high pole as the Crusher moves in a sweeping motion. They have to jump through the Crusher, which will squeeze tighter together with every pass.
It crushes them.
The closer it gets, the more difficult it gets to jump through. The final 6 contestants standing move on, and as always, we kick in a $1,000 bonus to the last player standing. What are you doing?
I'm crushing your head. I'm crushing it.
Just let's go to the action, please. And the Crusher gets underway.
I'm gonna destroy you all with my jumping power.
Well, it's taken Tori Mel, the motor mouth, all of 2 seconds to start talking.
The human air horn is Shane Johnson. Let's see if her legs are as strong as her lungs.
She makes it over and under.
And she tries to get the other contestants to pull over to the right.
Professor Calvin loses his balance.
1 down.
Thank you, Motormouth. That leaves 11 contestants standing. Whoa! Pro surfer Jenny Kwam almost goes down. And the Crusher opening continues to narrow as it makes its way around.
It's crushing, John, crushing.
I got this. You can't see me. You can't see me.
The Marine, Carlos Moreno, going into stealth mode, loudly.
And Jenny is on her stomach again, but not in the water.
You know, John, I'm starting to get the feeling this is her...
What a technique!
And what would you call that technique, Tori?
The fall on your face technique.
Oh, snap, good one.
Shane trying to lure the men into the water with that siren call of hers. Oh, Brittany's gone down. Gina in after her, and Jesse's in the drink, too.
I'm sorry, John. Who are these people?
Well, that's the lady in the donuts, chick in the mud, and the woman in midair.
Oh, yeah. The lady, the chick, and the woman. I'm with you.
And that trifecta means we only need...
2 more people.
Okay, know-it-all. Who's next?
Oh, this is gonna be me.
Our eardrums can only hope, Motormouth.
Oh, my God, like a ballerina.
Now that I can work with. It's the little things that amuse me, John.
So glad you're pleased. As Tori pointed out, we need only 2 more contestants to wipe out as the Crusher closes the gap.
It crushes them, John.
Pro surfer Jenny might have gone too far this time.
And Pilot Larry goes down.
But Jenny's still hanging on, fighting to get back up on that platform. And she's got to do it before that sweeper arm comes back around. Otherwise, she will be out of the game.
Yay!
And she's finished. Thank you very much.
And Shane gives us another excited scream.
Actually, John, that was the horn.
Oh, my bad.
The horn letting us know we're down to our final 6 and starting our $1,000 bonus round. April's still in the game.
Not surprising, John. She'll do anything to avoid defeat.
Tori almost goes down. Michael likewise. And actually, Carlos the Marine is in the water.
And that sets off Shane's wipeout siren.
Ah, she's going in right behind him.
Yeah, check it out. Siren Shane spins around like the lights on an ambulance on her way into the water.
Now we only need 3 more wipeouts before we move on to the next challenge.
And that's a wipeout.
Tori's done. Fireman Mike right behind him.
I'm done.
Too busy flapping his gums, Motormouth Tori doesn't see the Crusher and gets silent.
And that's a wipeout.
Almost.
And Fireman Mike can't keep his eyes off Richard the fire dancer and takes a brutal hit to the face.
I can't look, John. Tell me his mustache is okay.
It's fine. And that leaves us with the 2 contestants who had the best time in the qualifier.
Fire dancer Richard was just mere seconds behind foot-phobic April.
Ooh, very close. Richard almost gave away the grand.
A rock, baby.
I did hurdlers in high school. High jump, triple jump.
Ooh, but it's fire dancer Richard that puts himself out.
You know, this is the second time today that Richard has been the runner-up to foot-phobic April.
I smell a rivalry.
April, the first woman ever to win the sweeper and take home that $1,000 bonus.
Still on board are firefighter Michael the Mustache Bertrand and fire dancer Richard Mendoza. We'll try to keep those two separated. Human siren Shane Johnson, motormouth Tori Mel, the Marine Carlos Moreno, and foot-phobic April Roble.
Remember, she won the qualifier and the sweeper. First woman ever to pull off that double here on Wipeout.
Very impressive.
Of those 6, just 4 have the chance to move on to the Wipeout Zone and a shot at our $50,000 prize. But first,
it's dummy time.
Well said. Here's how it works. There are 4 rounds. Contestants are strapped to our dizzy dummy, spun around till up is down, right is left, north is south.
Then they face the floating block maze. The first person to reach the platform moves on.
The 5 who are left get back on the dummy, take on the teeter-totters. Another advances, and those that remain spin again.
John, I'd put a positive spin on this, but we have a machine to do that.
Here we go. Round 1. 4 spots open in the Wipeout Zone. A chance for $50,000. The floating block maze is up first.
Wow. Oh no, what's going on over here? I can't tell.
That's the magic of the dummy, Richard. It renders you dumb.
How are you feeling?
This is awesome.
The dummy seeming to have no effect on motormouth.
Wow.
Wait, John, he's gone silent.
I'm a ninja unicorn, Joe.
There's the dumb we were looking for.
Right now.
And they're off.
April leaps up to the front. The rest play follow the leaper.
April springs ahead and falls. And there goes just about everybody else.
A pileup of people here.
Our firefighter sees an unattended fire dancer. He smothers it. Foot-phobic April now taking a second shot at our course.
I think she's figured out that these platforms get more unstable the more people that you pile on.
Or she's sensing an onslaught of feet.
April sees a toe hold, jumps, and she can't hold it.
Fire dancer tries to float his own platform out there, turns up the heat, makes it there.
But the Marine is planning an assault. It's amphibious.
That leaves things open for Richard, spreading like wildfire.
But here comes Michael, determined to stop fire dancing at all costs. Oh, he's too late.
The fire dancer smokes out the competition and becomes the first contestant to move on to the Wipeout Zone. The second spin is up.
Bye-bye.
3 tickets remain to the Wipeout Zone, and the teeter-totters are up. This can be terrific.
Firefighter Michael looking for the emergency exit. I think somebody needs to change Shane's batteries.
And they're off. April once again fleeing defeat. The rest trying to shake off the dizzy. Siren Shane pausing for a breath. April jumps. She's on, but here comes a legion of the confused.
Mustache jumps. That was Harry. Carlos jumps. Semper Fi. Tori follows, and they're climbing, anticipating the teeter.
But here comes the human siren. She's rushing the teeter. No one's ready. 3-way face plant.
The problem here is that no one anticipates the totter part of the teeter-totter when it lands.
Teeter board now stable. That gives Tori a chance. The Marine locks on his target, and they are neck and leather neck. Tori makes an early jump. Carlos launches, and the Marine becomes the second contestant enlisted in the Wipeout Zone.
USA Marine Corps, baby, represent! I'd like to take half the credit for that.
As you should, Tori, because we can't have a winner without a loser. April, not exactly jumping for joy, but Carlos is very happy.
Well, that's because he doesn't have to deal with centrifugal force again. It's round 3, 2 spots remaining in the Wipeout Zone, and the floating block maze is up again.
Motormouth babbling mindlessly.
$50,000!
And April not looking so fresh.
And they are off again. Foot-phobic April knows that wet surfaces breed foot fungus, so she's out to beat this dizzy group.
Tori looks too dizzy to speak at last.
April's on that first platform, but Michael, Shane, Tori wasting no time getting on the course. Now it's getting a little crowded out there.
That's like one of those nature films with all the penguins stuck on an iceberg.
April goes for it. Oh, she's down. And here comes... No. As they all go back to the beginning, let's see what went wrong.
Well, as you can see here, John, April stops on what is already a very narrow part of the course. This is what's known in Wipeout terms as corking the bottle. That leaves Michael, Shane, and Tori no choice but to pile up here.
And this is called raising the flag at Iwo Jima.
Semper Fi, my friend.
Back on the course, April in the lead, throws out a floater. That worked perfectly. Just 2 more platforms to go.
But that siren could only mean one thing: searing pain in the face.
April's almost at the finish, but Michael on her heels. He is too late. It is leap year for April, and she becomes our third to move on to the Wipeout Zone. Moving on, it's the fourth and final round. Only one ticket remains to our Wipeout Zone, and the teeter-totters are up again.
The firefighter's looking determined. He knows if he doesn't make it to the Wipeout Zone, the fire dancer could burn down the entire world. That could be why Shane, the human siren, is on high alert.
And they are off again. Michael and Tori look like the world's still spinning to them, but the human siren ready to wail. Headbutt. Firefighter there with her. Tori in the rear. Teeter's gonna tip. Can they stay with it till it settles? Oh no, two go down. Tori doesn't want to be left out. April showing a little female solidarity. Let's see if that works as the siren makes her way onto the first platform. She's solid.
But the firefighter is right in her backdraft.
April giving good advice, but Shane does things her own way. Michael follows. He's on. No, wait, he's sliding off. All right, that means things look really good for Shane.
We have a winner, and I think our winner is not Shane.
Somebody sound the alarm. Motormouth is now in the lead, getting ready to jump to the second platform. Missed there. That means it's anybody's game now.
Look, Shane! Oh, never mind.
This is really tough.
That stash perhaps holding our firefighter back.
But John, look at it glisten. He's like a wet Viking.
Back on the course, the human siren blazing up the field. First Teeter's tipping. She's on to the second. But the guys behind, they don't want to give up that 50 grand.
John, she's got it this time. All she has to do is wait for the table to settle and jump to that final platform.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Timing the platform in the count of 3. 1, 2.
You gotta wait.
Oh, wow.
That leaves it wide open for the guys. Michael's on, but Tori won't be upstage. He'll be downriver. Tables are turning. Michael could be moving on.
Right on that glorious mustache.
So it looks like the firefighter will have a final shot at dousing the fire dancer in our Wipeout Zone.
I did it.
And Motormouth is finally speechless. And so,
right?
And so we move.
Good at this.
And so we move on. Can you just shut your yap already?
So, firefighter Michael Bertrand drenches the competition to become the fourth contestant in the Wipeout Zone.
Also moving on are foot-phobic April Robles, fire dancer Richard Mendoza, and our Marine Carlos Moreno. $50,000 on the line. Our 4 remaining contestants take on the big one, the Wipeout Zone.
Yes, there are 4 stages in the Wipeout Zone. First, the killer surf, and tonight it's shrouded in fog. Contestants slide down that 45-degree slope and will burst through a hail of colored balls.
Then it's off to the barrel run, where contestants must run up a ramp and jump over oncoming barrels, make their way across the water wall and onto
the spinner. Contestants take a dizzying whirl across to the final stage. Those are our launch pads, a series of 4 trampolines leading to the finish platform.
4 contestants are left. 50 grand awaits the swiftest.
On deck, foot-phobic April Robles, the lone female in our final 4. She's with Jill right now.
All right, thanks, guys. We're down here at the Wipeout Zone. April, tell me what's going through your head right now.
Shout out to my family and friends, all the contestants. Going to the top, Mom, going to the top.
Let's take a look and see how you got here.
After conquering the Topple Towers, April became the first woman to come in first on the qualifier and again on the sweeper, taking home the $1,000 prize.
But will she become our first female Wipeout champion?
24-year-old April Robles taking her position atop killer surf, chance to make Wipeout history, and she is away.
April exploding in a burst of color. Take another look at this.
Now onto the second element of the course. That is, of course, the barrel run. Sidesteps the first, hopping the second. Oh. Well, now she's just sort of barreling up that ramp. Oh, she is falling down.
Yeah, that's going to cost her because she's going to have to swim back to the start of the barrel run. Take another look at her.
April struggling here early on. See if she can turn it around. Remember, this is the first woman ever to walk out of the qualifier with the best time. She won the sweeper as well. She is looking completely wiped out, as in tired.
And it is just getting started. Moving on to the water wall where she's going to have to tiptoe across that thin beam. Visibility, of course, always an issue. Water pouring down in her face, but she makes it clear to the spinner platform.
The spinner, as we have seen so many times before, always the most difficult obstacle. But April has shown certainly that she has the athletic ability to pull this off. A nice effort thus far for April Robles, trying to make up time lost on the barrel run. The jump off.
Oh, a backbreaking fall and a disastrous blow to her overall time. That long swim from the opposite side of the spinner back to the start of the obstacle. Yeah, she's lost tons of time getting back up onto the spinner, John.
How can she get settled so she can get off and over to the launch pads? And she is gone again.
You know, John, it looks like her biggest problem is that she's rushing. She's not taking enough time to set her feet properly, get her balance before jumping off the spinner.
That certainly looks to be the case, John, and we'll see if she can figure that out this time around. Up top, gathering herself at the top of the spinner. Looks like she may have a new method in mind here. She's giving it a running start, leaps, sticks the landing this time.
Listen to April Robles screaming in triumph as she makes it over to the launch pads.
And this obstacle so difficult in part because of what the barrel run and the spinner take out of you. Very few people have made it through on their first time.
On to the third launch pad now. One more to go, and then a 7-foot leap to the finish of the Wipeout Zone.
Whatever number she puts up will be the time to beat. Crawling her way, fingers digging into that trampoline netting. One final leap for the foot-phobic April Robles. And she's going to finish the Wipeout Zone in 16 minutes, 46 seconds. Will it hold up? Time will tell.
Up next, firefighter Michael Bertrand and his beautiful mustache. Let's take a look at how he got here. The mustachioed firefighter placed third in the qualifier. He tumbled but didn't crumble under the sweeper's assault, charging through the course. Fire safety never far from his mind.
Well, where there's smoke, there's definitely fire, and where there's fire, you'll find this man, Michael Bertrand, heading down killer surf in the Wipeout Zone.
And he's off, flying through the air. Let's take a look at it one more time in slow motion. John, check it out.
The 39-year-old firefighter underway. Again, the time to beat, 16 minutes, 46 seconds. Second element of the course is the barrel run. Fighting through it. A great time as he makes his way over to the water wall in less than a minute.
Of course, as a firefighter, he's no stranger to water, and he's making short work of this obstacle. And very quickly, just like that, he's through.
This is where the competition is so often decided. That difficult and time-destroying spinner. Oh, and Bertrand, yeah, showing he is no different.
Trying to sort of hug the spinner in a bear hug, but it backfires in a huge way.
Firefighter or not, I'd be hard-pressed to find anybody who can take a shot like that and not be affected.
Oh, look at that. He snaps a 10-inch thick beam on the spinner like it was a twig. Unbelievable.
Take another look. Snaps that spinner pylon clean off. Back on the water wall now, approaching the 7-minute mark. And our firefighter, oh, he slipped off again. Look at him there in the water. Looks like his confidence is shaken as he shakes his head. A second look at that water wall wipeout.
I tell you, after hitting that pylon hard enough to snap it off, our firefighter clearly fatigued, but he is on. And you know what? It looks like he's landed right where he took out that pylon, John.
Remember, as always now, he's got to make that 8-foot leap. That could not have gone better for him. In decent shape time-wise, but is Michael's body in decent shape after that dramatic spinner fall? I'm not sure he has it in him.
We're holding out for a hero. He's got to be fast and he's got to be strong.
Only 2 launch pads remaining between Michael and a chance for the $50,000. Oh, look at, I swear his legs just gave out like wet noodles. Like he was dropped by a heavyweight champ. His legs just crumble from underneath him.
Wait a second, what is he doing now, John? He's just sort of holding on to the launch pad.
He's quit. He had 6 minutes to play with on that clock. but apparently didn't have 6 minutes left in the legs.
Our strongest female competitor is in a position to win, John. The firefighter is out. The fire dancer is yet to come.
But first, our Marine, Carlos Moreno. Let's see how he got here. In the qualifier, Carlos the Marine was tough to the core. He was anything but camouflaged on the sweeper.
You can't see me!
And not even the teeter-totters could stop this Marine's advance.
Looking to advance now past the time of April Robles and 16 minutes, 46 seconds. That's the time to beat right now. Carlos Moreno hears the horn, and he is off down the killer surf. Take another look at the replay.
I love the explosion of those balls against the night sky.
Who doesn't?
Carlos now on the barrel run. This man sort of headbutting like a little ram there. Now kind of fish flop. Different technique shown by the Marine. Again with the flop over. You know what? You can't argue with the results. He is well ahead of April Robles, who you'll remember actually fell on the barrel run.
On now to the water wall. Keep in mind, water rushing down at 400 gallons a minute. He manages to make his way onto the spinner platform.
At this point, the Marine is clean. Can he go one and done? Oh, no, he's just done. Absolutely brutal smackdown by the spinner. Take another look. The red cushion pylon just slaps him down.
No retreat, no surrender for our Marine, Carlos Moreno. He is holding on for dear life, trying to gather himself. Is he poised to make another... Oh! A brutal wipeout! And a long, costly swim back.
The spinner proving time and time again to be the most difficult obstacle on this course week after week. He's got to make it here if he wants to remain competitive with April.
And remember, it's been just as difficult to get off of the spinner today as it is to get on. Preparing himself for the leap, and he's off.
Moving past the 13-minute mark, but looking absolutely spent. But there's more to be done by this Marine. Look at him. Needs to focus now because right around... Oh! Costly there.
Yeah, fall off the launch pads. Take another look, going end over end there. And you better get right back up on that launch pad and get to it because he has just enough time to get to the finish if he wants to win.
The clock ticking away in the lower left-hand corner of your screen. 15 seconds between Carlos and his shot at $50,000. We're at 10 seconds. Needs to pull off a double bounce. 5 seconds. No! He tried to hurry and be aggressive there at the end, but the wipeout comes, and his wipeout day is done.
The bugle blows taps for our Marine, and April Robles is left in first place. The only man standing in her way is that man, Richard Mendoza, now finally free to do his fire dance with the firefighter gone. Let's see how he got here.
The fire dancer bounded off the balls, placing second in the qualifier. In the sweeper, little Richard stood tall to come in second yet again. But he bowed to no one in the next round and was first across the block maze.
Richard Mendoza has been number 2 all day to that woman, April Robles, standing by helplessly with Jill.
And he flipped the script, cashed that check for $50K. Another look at one of those spectacular fog and ball-filled splashdowns. 16:46 is the time to beat.
And Richard Mendoza is blazing into the barrel run. He's been in a great mood all day, John, but he is all work tonight.
Having a little bit of trouble now. Again, employing a couple of different strategies. You want to always keep making forward progress. Taking a pause, looking back. I got news for you, Richard. April is out in front of you. You're going to catch her.
Look at him go. Oh, I hate him right now.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
After struggling through the barrel run, Richard now on the water wall, trying to make his way through that downpour again. No falls thus far. April had difficulty on the barrel run, but so far Richard Mendoza looking good, building up a healthy cushion as he makes his way to the spinner platform.
Yeah, baby.
We've seen every other competitor struggle with the spinner tonight, John.
And he's on. No! Once again, no one has conquered the spinner on their first attempt. We look at a replay of yet another spinner victory. Back for his next attempt. On's not really the hard part. Staying on is. struggling to brace himself up against that pylon, now eyeing the landing. He takes a leap, almost on, but he falls off on the far side of the platform, and that is a huge swim all the way back. The spinner again building the drama. This time a successful leap on, but can Richard make the dismount? Richard finally successful, and a clap of his hands there. Let's see if that celebration is premature. 4 launch pads standing between this man and $50,000. Time ticking away, but it is evident Richard's in an unbelievable position right now. If he's able to do this clean... But there's a fall. Drama in the Wipeout Zone. He's got to swim all the way back. A lot of swimming here for Richard, trying to regain some momentum. And he's really playing with fire now. A nervous, worried-looking April Robles. She can only stand on the side, watching and hoping helplessly. Will she be the first female champion of Wipeout?
No, she will not. Richard Mendoza stands on top of the Wipeout Zone, $50,000 richer.
Well, that is it for us. Join us next week for a new set of contestants. Obviously, we'll have crazy new obstacles and a whole lot more wipeouts. Until then, America, I'm John Anderson.
For Jill Wagner, I'm John Henson saying good night and big balls.
Welcome to a very special episode of Wipeout. John Anderson is always along with John Henson, and tonight we look back at the moments that made us laugh, cringe, cry, and fear for the mental and physical health of our contestants. Tonight, a very special edition of Wipeout. We'll be looking at and honoring the most catastrophic falls, the most extraordinary tumbles, the most ridiculous moments,
I love you both,
and spectacular wipeouts from throughout the season. Join us as we celebrate an illustrious summer. We are awarding the best of the best. It's the Wipeouts.
I am out of shape.
We have plenty of awards to hand out, so let's get right.
I'm really excited. I got to be honest with you. I got a good feeling I might be leaving with a wipey myself tonight.
Well, best of luck to you, certainly. Hopefully all those dinners you've been treating the accounting firm to will finally pay off for you.
Yeah, fingers crossed, you know, for tax reasons.
All right, let's get right to the first award this season. There have been some heavyweight knockouts, to be sure, from our reigning world champ, the Sucker Punch. But before we hand out that wipey for Best Sucker Punch, let's take a look at some of the hardest hits we have seen this season.
Best Sucker Punch.
Some contestants have tried to time it right. Others have simply gritted their teeth in defiance. And some just get punched. Let's take a look back at some of the best sucker punches of the year.
First up, you remember Dana Jameson, right, John?
Sure do.
She's an 18-year-old model who worked it on the world's toughest catwalk. So sexy it hurts.
Newlywed James Simpton preparing for a long squabble with his spouse.
Ooh, the honeymoon is clearly over. Good thing James took his dad's wedding day advice. Just take it and apologize. It's easier that way.
Remember 25-year-old Jessica Bertoni as well?
Yeah, she's an animal cop, right, John?
Meow.
Yeah, this is just as brutal as the time she busted up that kangaroo boxing ring.
And we look back fondly as well to Craig Johnson, a realtor. Craig Johnson is bobbing and weaving unsuccessfully.
He'll knock you into tomorrow, Rock.
But, John, there can be only one winner for Best Sucker Punch.
And the Wipey for Best Sucker Punch goes to...
Jessica Trevithick, the self-fashioned princess from Australia.
Princesses can be princesses, and we can still get muddy, too. Woohoo!
That is 5 feet of fun coming at you right there, John.
Oh!
Oh, a sucker punch giving the princess a royal beating.
Right, yeah, just going medieval on her face. Down in the mud she goes.
Can't wait to read today's entry in her princess diary. Dear diary, today I was beaten senseless by a wall. A well-earned win for our regal Princess Jessica.
Our next Wipey involves...
Is it the sweeper?
An obstacle.
Is it the sweeper? It's the sweeper, right?
That John has grown to love.
Oh, what's not to love? Crows, dodgeball, crushing crushers. It's like I died and went to middle school heaven.
I hear you. Awesome wipeouts, to be sure. 2, 3, sometimes 4 at a time.
All right, let's take a look back at some of the best multi-sweep wipeouts we've had this year. You know, I'm naming my firstborn sweeper. Boy or girl.
Wow.
Best Sweeper Performance.
We start our look back with week 1 and this awesome trifecta of a wipeout.
Oh, platform, you're the only one that understands me. Ooh, ended before it even began.
Then there was week 3 with this brilliant display of devastation.
You want to know what the best part of that wipeout was?
Hip Hop Rideau flipping over the bar?
Nope. Chris Legowin not wiping out, but taking it like a champ. I love that guy.
Then the crowbar took no prisoners in week 6. They kept below the belt John Curtis, true to his name, right before giving preschool teacher Charles a timeout. But there's only one sweeper wipeout that trumps them all.
And the Wipey for Best Sweeper Performance goes to...
Week 2, everyone but Jim Wakefield.
Yes, come on!
That was mass destruction.
You are right, the sweeper is terrific. Let's move on to our next award now.
Wait a minute, I got some other winners I want to honor.
Other winners?
Yeah, I thought we were missing out on honoring some really cool moments from the season, so I presented a handful of awards last night at my place. It was actually a really lovely ceremony.
Must have misplaced my invitation.
No, I didn't send you one. Good times, though. It was me, the nominees, very classy, elegant potluck thing. It was fun. So, throughout the night, if you don't mind...
Knock yourself out.
I thought I'd show everybody these very special winners. Here's one now. Roll it.
I can't. Shut up, both of you! Oh my God! Oh my God! What? Oh my God! Oh my God! Ah! 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 Okay. I can do this. I can't do this. Shut up! Stop it!
Throughout the year, there have been a lot of wipeouts on sections of the course not originally intended to be trouble spots.
The old wipeout on a non-obstacle wipeout. Gotcha.
Right you are. Enjoy these.
Best Wipeout on a non-obstacle.
John, you have to remember Margie Stubbs.
I need the money. I need the money. I need the money.
How could I forget? On a 20-degree downward slope, finding a wipeout where there was no obstacles to be found.
Remember also, Johnny, Brandon Bermudez.
Yeah, you should have signaled for that right turn.
$50,000, here I come!
Carrie Wines.
Always a responsible mother of 4, showing your kids to walk slowly on a slippery surface. One of my favorites has got to be Andrew Pagana in the Indiana Jones act.
Andrew appeared to be taking most of the mud pit with him here.
This treadmill is moving at a blistering pace, John.
That's not a treadmill.
And the Wipey for Best Wipeout on a non-obstacle goes to...
23-year-old Natalie Murdoch.
Oh, it's going to take Blair, Joe, and Tootie to pull Natalie up.
Didn't see that coming.
There goes my office pool.
Congrats to Natalie for showing us the facts of gravity. Newton would be proud. Johnny, so many contestants, though, it's impossible, I think, to pick a favorite.
But that's exactly what we're here to do. Take a look.
Favorite contestant.
Remember Sandy Bowles?
Okay, let's go.
How could I forget?
It's pretty hot and thick. We got some junk in our trunk and we can work it.
Great attitude, but by the time she got to the big balls, she was pretty hot and terrified. Then there was Travis Mitchell. Remember the mouth of the South?
Yeah, why do we call him that again?
That dude right there is just too big. You too big. Hey, I thought white men can't jump. Whoa! That's how we do.
And John, I love how Travis became contestant and audience all rolled into one.
I'm glad I ain't got to go through that. Oh, splish splash. Oh!
And then there was Keith Biondi.
Who, John? Oh, I remember this guy. Unrecognizable in that mud like he was taking an entire Adobe village with him.
Surely you recognize Jessie Duran, a 25-year-old go-go dancer.
Call me. I'm available.
Maybe she'd get some more calls if she upgraded her plan from that finger phone.
And a vocal one, too.
Two of you suckers better fall, man.
Only one can win, however. Who's it gonna be?
And the Wipey for favorite contestant goes to...
Ariel Tweedo.
I'm 20 and I haven't been kissed. So, guys out there, if you're watching, I'm free, single.
From beginning to end, Ariel Tweedo entertained us every step of the way.
Looks so easy, but it's so hard.
But the moment she stepped into our hearts was at the pole vault.
Where's the pole? Where's the pole?
Anyone here seen a pole?
What pole?
Where's the pole?
Quite a gal, to be sure. Well, throughout the next hour, we will bring you some of our top candidates for the most heralded Wipey of them all, Best Wipeout of the Summer.
That's right. Though most contestants didn't land the fortune, whoever wins the Wipey for Best Wipeout will certainly get the fame.
Time for our first nominee for Best Wipeout. And this Wipeout comes product of a Marine with a penchant for words and a flair for the fantastic.
So for everyone's entertainment, we bring you the first nominee for Best Wipeout, Erwin Milan.
Best Wipeout nominee.
50K, mama, get the bacon ready, cause daddy's bringing home the bread, baby. Holla at a player, ABC, are you ready for me?
Erwin's day on Wipeout began and ended on the qualifier.
We want you on those balls. We need you. Oh boy.
You know what? The rest of these contestants, it's mind over matter. They don't matter because that check is mine, baby. Woo!
And now the Wipeout that garnered Erwin his nomination.
Somebody call 911.
Sorry, Erwin. They don't take our calls anymore. This guy's a Marine? Sounds like my grandmother just saw a mouse.
The Wipies tonight are brought to you by Sucker Punch Mud. Treat your pores better than the Sucker Punch treats you.
You know, John, no obstacle we have had this summer has been more dreaded than the Dizzy Dummy.
I gotta be honest with you, I get nauseous just thinking about it. I might need to sit down.
Well, while you take a moment, for the enjoyment of everyone at home, though, we're going to show you some of the most memorable spins on the Dizzy Dummy this summer, and then the Wipey for Dizziest Dummy.
Dizziest Dummy.
A cruel mistress, the dummy spins its passengers stupid and demands they race through a series of impossible challenges. The result is an uncoordinated festival of shoulder blows, belly flops, flail parties, horizontal group hugs, triple plays, slap and goes, kamikazes, falling trees, barrel hugs, and this.
A pileup of people.
Works for me. I love it.
But I'll tell you, John, even with all these great falls, there's still standouts, like law school wannabe Chris Lakawa in week 3 doing the pole vault crazy beams.
Chris thought school didn't start until the fall, till he hit the dummy, where the fall comes early and often. And so Chris graduated summa cum laude.
And again back in week 1, there was Jessie Duran and the hopping blocks. Jessie was one of our most social competitors, not that we had any idea what she was saying.
I wish I was going to fucking shot, man.
We still have no idea what that means.
But if we had to pick one, there has been one Dizzy Dummy performance which has become legendary.
And the Wipey for Dizziest Dummy goes to...
Jaron Joshu in week 3. Nothing but the dummy.
We knew something was brewing with Jaron, and it didn't look good.
Oh, I think he's throwing up.
That was Wipeout history, John. Jaron, the first person ever to return their lunch on the Dizzy Dummy.
I can't look at that.
Reactions to Jaron's explosion were, well, odd. Nick, just unfazed by vomit.
And never been kissed Ariel Tweeto was looking for love in all the wrong places.
I gave it every single thing I got and a little bit more.
All right, time to take another look at one of those awesome wipies I handed out at my potluck ceremony last night.
David, I hear you're pretty active.
Yeah, I am. Woo! Come on, let's do it! Come on, let's do it!
Inspiring and sweaty.
Indeed. Well, so far tonight, we've singled out favorite contestants and obstacles, but now we'd like to honor excellence from some of our behind-the-scenes personalities.
Finally, I knew my time would come, but John, I told myself I wasn't gonna cry.
Told yourself you weren't gonna cry when we showed some of our best foreign broadcasts?
Foreign what now?
Foreign broadcasts. Yeah, you can dry them up. Now, let's take a look at Wipeout from around the world.
British Broadcasting Service.
Andrew Pagana approaching the ample red balls.
Oh, Indiana Jones certainly has been knocking back a few too many pints.
I say, spot on, Johnny.
Looking a little bit knackered, the big sod.
By Jove, he's lost his cap.
Right you are. And by the way, good show, Andrew.
Televisión Mundo.
Andrew Pagano subiendo la rampa al grande balls.
Indiana Jones ciertamente ha estado golpeando atrás unas pocas demasiadas y frijoles y grandes huevos. No.
Perdió su sombrero.
Que mira dolio pero la exposición bueno, Andrew. Muy bueno.
Fernsehen von den Luten.
Andrew Pagano erscheint den Ramp zunden großen Ballen.
Sie har hot vilen, nach kurzen Spatel gegessen.
Rick, das sind Sind. Spitzen!
Hat seinen Hut verloren.
Ein schöner Verlutsong.
Aber gut schau, Andrew. Aber gut.
Muy bueno and aber gut indeed. And now, another one of my special select wipies.
Nick, 1 minute and 36 seconds. You're the one to beat.
All right, let's go. Just gotta keep that going. Doesn't mean nuts now. Whoa.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Gotta keep that going. Doesn't mean nuts now. Whoa.
Brilliant. And now it's time for our second nominee for Best Wipeout. Have a look.
Best Wipeout nominee.
John Curtis.
Hey, Marino, we miss you! Guide my feet!
John Curtis had perhaps one of the most cringing cross-your-legs qualifier runs we have ever seen here on Wipeout.
But it was in the Wipeout Zone where Curtis declared himself a candidate for Best Wipeout. When John Curtis took a leap to the spinner, what followed next was perhaps the most jaw-dropping hit we've ever seen on Wipeout.
Where's the best place? Where's the best place? There it is.
Looks like he's calling his shot here. The Babe Ruth of the Wipeout Zone, if you will.
Tonight, the Wipies are brought to you by Dreadmill Foam. Softens your skin and your fall.
You know, Paris has Nicole, Batman has Robin, and our big balls have the Topple Towers.
Right you are.
Every star is only as good as his co-star, like on Wipeout, where every John has a John.
Couldn't agree more, John. Wait, are you the which?
I'm him, you're the other one.
Okay, we'll do it that way.
Switch later. This year we have had many obstacles humble our contestant field, like the slippery stairs.
The dirty balls were also a good one.
Always love the pole vault.
The donut run. Can't forget that. Love the ball swing.
And can't forget the field goal swing as well. We have obviously had many A-list obstacles here on Wipeout, but sometimes it's the little guest obstacles that lend a very large supporting hand.
Best guest obstacle.
You have to remember the crowbar.
What, are you kidding me?
We took our normal sweeper 1 week and outfitted it with crows.
That's right, Johnny. Steaming mad, literally. And once they get a taste for flesh, there is no stopping them.
Also 1 week, we added rabid, foaming at the mouth tennis balls.
Don't let the cute little voices fool you. One of those things gnawed off my pinky toe when I wasn't looking that week.
And who could forget week 2 on the sweeper when our contestants really sacked up.
And the Wipey for best guest obstacle goes to...
The Wrecking Ball. On the Dreadmill, it was the Wrecking Ball's job to take out contestants as they ran.
You're a moron. I can't wait to wail on you.
We salute you, sir, with a Wipey.
Who's the geek now? Wait a minute.
Accepting tonight for the Wrecking Ball, it's the Wrecking Ball.
I'd like to thank my mom and my dad for making me the wrecking ball I am today. I'd also like to thank the Academy, my agent Saul. We did it, baby! Woohoo!
And now another one of my wipies, and this one is for the ladies.
Well, the ladies usually think that they have their looks going for them, but as far as I can see, the ones that you guys picked out, really the ugliest was the bunches. You know, can we just get some hot girls in here? So something to look at least?
Picasso, Matisse, Dali,
Henson.
Absolutely. There have been many artists throughout the ages, but only one that can take home the Wipey for Best Telestrator.
I don't want to say I'm a shoo-in for this Wipey, John, but a telestrator can say so much with just a few simple strokes of the pen. You're not taping tonight's show, are you?
I'm not. Should I be?
Nope.
Okay. Telestrator helps us describe the rules of our game, and from time to time, we have had some real gems here on Wipeout. Let's take a look back at some of the best Telestrator moments.
Best Telestration.
We start our look back with Sweeper Dodgeball.
At its purest form, the point of Sweeper Dodgeball is to hit your opponent while they're jumping, causing them to fall into the water.
Okay, guys.
We've got the Police Academy grad on top of the go-go dancer on top of the Candyman, or as it's commonly known, Tuesday Night in Jersey.
The Wrecking Ball. John, he looks angry.
Oh, I remember this guy. I'm guessing that's how all of Joey's dates come to an end. Are we lighting it on fire?
No.
Lining it with knives?
Again, no.
Shooting it full of arsenic-tipped arrows?
Sorry, but no.
God, you're not any fun anymore.
A lot of people tell me that.
And the Wipey for best Telestration goes to John Anderson for the cheerleader.
Resident genius Ronnie Peck is out, but at least our former cheerleader Donald gives her one last cheer on the way down.
Wipeout.
Wow, I didn't see this coming.
Congratulations, John Anderson. The best man won, even though the best man only drew one of the 87 telestrations.
I mean, it's really
this
heavy.
Season. I know. Good cheers to you, good sir. A crown atop your
I don't even
head.
know where I'll put it.
All right. From time to time here on Wipeout, we have to bid an early goodbye to those who have departed before their time.
So let's take a look at our friends who couldn't join us here tonight.
I can't. I'm done. The mud was holding me down all the way to the ground. I couldn't jump.
Yesenia, sweetheart, you've run out of time. You are officially disqualified. I'm sorry.
Whoa, I can't do it, man! No!
I had to give in. I couldn't take it another round.
are brought to you by Wipeout Zone Bubble Bath. A relaxing end to a bone-crushing day.
It is time now to honor the Wipeout stars that make children squeal with delight.
And old ladies blush and look the other way, only to look back yet again. And perhaps if they have a DVR device, maybe rewind.
We're talking about the big balls.
The what?
Never gets old, does it? The big balls and the heroes who have bounced off them.
Best Big Balls Wipeout.
Oh, out. Self-described b-boy Chris Quignon thought he was unstoppable.
You saw me now. He was wrong.
So wrong.
If we give points for height, he'd be the king of this obstacle.
Soccer mom Gwenisha Robinson trying a little bit of everything. The leap, slide, the inverted entry.
Wow, she broke it like Beck.
Resident Cougar Gayla Johnson tried to get her claws into the big balls.
Yeah, but Cougar Gayla was a little at a loss. The balls she plays with are usually on strings.
And finally, personal trainer Krista Witorsky.
With the worst back exercise ever.
Terrible. All good stuff, John, but clearly one man towered over all.
And the Wipey for Best Big Balls Wipeout goes to...
23-year-old Chris Lackoa was having a perfectly ordinary run until he got to the big balls.
Oh, and that was a first.
Wow.
Which deserves a second look.
Yes, John, we've had a lot of contestants try different strategies here on the big balls, off the big balls.
But Chris was the first to try and go through the big balls.
Yeah. I don't even know if that counts as a wipeout, but I like it. Now, John, you know I love my telenovelas.
See, Poppy.
But even though these next two contestants weren't speaking Spanish, I found this riveting.
David?
Yeah.
You are moving on to the Wipeout Zone. You have beat Ingle by milliseconds.
I told myself I wouldn't cry. That guy showed a lot of heart. And he didn't give up. And I think that's what you gotta do just in life in general. You cannot give up when you get knocked down.
Our next Wipey Award is for Best Sideline Reporter.
Oh, finally, an award I can win.
Actually, no. We're the hosts. Not eligible, because we're not on the sidelines. We're in the booth, safe out of harm's way.
I want a Wipey.
Sorry, Johnny. This one's going to Jill Wagner, our sideline reporter. Let's take a look at some of her best work.
Best Sideline Reporter.
I'm here with Nancy Novak. And the Wipeout bloopers have began.
That never gets old. It never gets old.
Nothing to laugh at all. Oh my God.
Yeah, John, Jill's compassion really shines through.
As does her ability to probe deep with her interview subjects.
Okay, thanks, guys. I'm down here with Dana, and she is our youngest competitor here today. Are you excited?
Yep.
All right, thanks, guys. I'm down here with Richard Gale. Now, Richard, we're doing an interview.
Oh.
When you get nervous, you have something that you do. What is that?
It's this thing that I do.
I can't even get those two together. This course is pretty intimidating. I am not sure I could even do it. And I'm pretty strong and perfect.
Well, Jill has been known to have her moments.
The top of towers are crazy. The big balls are crazy. I'm crazy.
And who could forget this performance, worthy of a Best Actress Wipey?
Margie, this is the easy part of the whole obstacle course.
I lied.
And to accept her award, here's Jill. There you go.
Oh, wow, thanks. Oh, heavy.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't prepare anything, but thank you. I am so excited. It's been great this year, and well, it's actually really nice up here with you guys in the booth.
Give her some room, John.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Anderson, by the way, congratulations on your award.
Thank you. I didn't expect it either. And I thought you were terrific this season, really.
You were too.
You were great.
Oh, and by the way, there's this huge after party for all the winners. Ooh. So I thought maybe you and I could go together.
That would be terrific. Yeah, let's do it.
Great. Would you like me to bring the car around for you two?
No, we can get a limo. It's fine.
Okay, thank you. May I hold that?
No.
Okay.
Johnny, you would know. Where do you get an outfit like that?
I had nothing to wear, and it's my mom's clothes that I'm wearing.
Oh, that's right. It's all coming back to me. You remember his nickname?
My nickname is Spaz, baby.
See, I still can't figure out why they do call him Spaz.
Really, John? You can't figure that out?
It's time for yet another Best Wipeout nominee. Remember, we've been counting these down throughout the program.
That's right, and at the end of the show, we'll be revealing the Wipey for Best Wipeout of the Summer.
Let's take a look at our third nominee.
Best Wipeout nominee.
27-year-old Tony Robinson from Plano, Texas, battled her way through the qualifier. She came prepared, complete with her own eye black.
Yeah, but it didn't scare off our obstacles, John.
But the call of the crow on the sweeper
I think I heard about two birds. You guys are lucky.
Was where she met her fate, and her face met the platform.
Take a look at our next nominee for Best Wipeout.
Anytime the other contestants look like this, you know it was an awesome wipeout.
Tonight's Wipies are brought to you by Wipeout Activewear. The finest in fall fashion. All summer long.
You know, John, there's a popular misconception that people come to Wipeout just to win $50,000. But some people come here to find love.
No, they don't. They don't come to find love.
Yeah, they do, John, or we wouldn't be giving out this next Wipey for Best Romance.
I'm gonna pretend this obstacle course is my ex-boyfriend and kick its
Tell me that's not your best example.
Try these instead.
Best Romance.
Remember Ariel, Never Been Kissed Tweedo, in week 3 getting her first smooch from a crazy beam?
Just like a crazy beam, only one thing on their minds.
The Wrecking Ball and Jessica Bertoni. The Ball, just a lonely old swinger, until he laid eyes on Jessica.
I'm in love. I'm gonna get a closer look at you.
At first, Jessica played hard to hit.
Oh, give me a kiss.
Then they took a trip.
I love you.
And fell hard.
You always hurt the one you love.
And the Wipey for Best Romance goes to...
Ball-loving Ben Kronberg's outpouring affection for the big balls in week 5.
I love you, balls. I love you. Perfect.
Wow.
And the big balls love him back. He's made it.
John, let's see if Ben has the same kind of chemistry with the ball swing. Uh-oh, I know that look. All right, you know what? Now it's getting weird.
He sticks the landing, the only one of the day. Finishes the course in 1 minute, 36 seconds.
Is that it? Is that it? Is that all you got? Is that all?
That much love requires a Wipey.
Yeah, and you know, John, Jessica and the Wreck, they're engaged.
Yeah, I understand they're registered at Bed Bath & Big Balls. Time once again for one of those Wipies I gave out last night.
Showboating, busting a move, or embarrassing your girlfriend, whatever you call it, our contestants have mad dance skills and they bring it here on Wipeout.
John, I don't think you should ever say mad or bring it again. It's embarrassing.
Speaking of embarrassing, who could forget these moves?
Best Dance.
Make it good for him. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, John, that's a little embarrassing.
Much better.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's dropping it like it's hot.
That's good, clean fun.
Ooh, that's sexy. Yeah. Oh, spoke too soon.
Look at them, John. Look at them dance their little hearts out.
No, oh no, on second thought, don't look at that at all.
Woo! You call that a victory dance?
There are no winners here, John.
Woo! Hey now, how'd that get in there?
Oh, now this I like.
They're all very impressive, John, but let's get to the real contenders.
Like Ingle Katendig, who showed us the helicopter.
Hey, if he'd gotten hurt, he could have medevaced himself to safety with that move.
Neil Smith showed us a dance that was about as exotic as his name. Neil Smith.
And of course, there was Arthur Jazz Hands Sevchik with his pirouette karate chop end zone throwdown.
John, throwdown is another word you should never use. Trust me on this, it's awkward.
And the Wipey for best dance goes to
Jim Wakefield with his lady-tempting bobblehead finger gun ride the pony.
Wipeout, you're my favorite show. Wipeout, why?
No, yeah, that's good with the finger guns, but it's in the hips. You got to get it like a
more this
yeah,
side?
like a gyroscopic kind of a.
Best Wipeout nominee.
Jacob Mann.
Jacob's day on our course was one of the most tumultuous we've had here on Wipeout, and it ended abruptly for him on the Dizzy Dummy.
I quit.
What's going on?
If you don't move, you're gonna get some taco on you.
Oh.
A nice taco.
But it was at the beginning of the day in the Wipeout Qualifier where Jacob earned himself a much-deserved nomination in the Best Wipeout category.
This is crunch time, right?
Crunch time.
Take a look at our fourth nominee for Best Wipeout.
And future generations of Jacob breathe their last and final breath.
An amazing Wipeout indeed.
The Wipies tonight are brought to you by the Wipeout toothbrush. Whitens your teeth while flattening your face.
Our next award is for Best Battle Cry.
Now, when you say battle cry, what do you mean, John?
I mean, you know, that primal scream that a player summons from deep within to inspire and propel them to the next level of performance.
You mean something kind of like this?
Now, you're our oldest male competitor today.
AARP, baby, yeah.
Absolutely nothing like that.
Best Battle Cry.
More like Saye Yabande with her warrior yell.
Yeah!
Or like Kyle Adler and his inner Ninja Turtle.
Go back to Woo! Yeah!
And some battle cries, like Britain's own Victoria Redstall, sounded more like a cry for help.
But then David Gorel reminded us what a battle cry is all about.
Woo! Come on now! Give me some! What you got?
And he reminded me to invest in a pair of earplugs.
Right now! Woo! Yes! Come on! Woo! Woo!
But the best was yet to come.
And the Wipey for Best Battle Cry goes to
Nancy Novak, who took the term quite literally.
John, in the heat of the battle during her qualifying run, she cried all the way to the finish line.
All the way, John.
All the way.
The whole way.
Entire way.
Virtually every moment.
Didn't stop.
Well, Nancy, you lost the battle, but you won the wipe.
I don't know what to say.
Now, our next award, John, is a very special one, the Lifetime Achievement Award. And certainly it was a difficult choice between the all-star obstacles.
The sweeper that delivers week after week.
The spinner that just keeps turning and turning.
And the tireless sucker punch.
But one obstacle stood out among all others. Let's take a look.
Throughout their careers, the big balls have thrilled us and wowed us with performances which have made us laugh and made us cry. And made us laugh so hard that we cry.
They know in art as in life, it's all about the balls.
What was the hardest part of the course for you?
I don't know, man. Something about those balls.
Something about those balls.
Lifetime Achievement Award.
Indeed, there is something about those balls, something that inspires an almost religious devotion.
God help me.
Contestants go literally head over heels for the big balls, and sometimes heels over head. They command respect.
That's some big balls.
But there are those that don't give the balls enough credit.
It looked so easy.
It's harder than it looks.
It's harder than I thought.
Contestants have tried nearly everything as a strategy to defeat the big balls. But in the end, the balls stand strong and together, united in their dedication to the Wipeout.
This is not cool.
Wow. We salute you, big balls, with our Wipey Lifetime Achievement Award.
And time now, though, for the moment you've all been waiting for. The Wipey for Best Wipeout.
And the nominees for Best Wipeout are Jacob Mann, Erwin Milan, John Curtis, Tony Robinson. And the winner of the Wipey for Best Wipeout is
Jacob Mann. With that big ball-crushing, big ball-breaking Wipeout.
On the big balls?
On the big ball, where Jacob really showed us his own definition of crunch time.
I'm laid back at lunchtime, aggressive at crunch time. Let's get it.
Well-deserved and well done. Now, Jacob Mann couldn't be here tonight, so on his behalf,
I would like to humbly accept this award in his honor. You know, this is half yours, Jacob.
Actually, it's all Jacob's.
Sure it is, John. You know, a boy waits his entire life for this moment. I really wouldn't be here without all the contestants. You know, your sweat and blood and tears are really paying off for me. Man, this really is heavy, isn't it? Wait, hold on a second. I know I'm forgetting somebody. Johnny, help me. You're right. Gravity. Thank you for all you've done.
Well, be sure to join us again next time when 24 contestants will again compete for $50,000. For John Henson and Jill Wagner, I'm John Anderson saying good night and big balls.
Wait a minute, that's my thing. I say good night and big balls.
You want the line? You want the Wipey?
Good night and big balls.